I'm so sorry, but no amount of money could make me hang out with an ugly dude. Like, I'm walking down the street and
one of my biggest pieces of dating advice is to never go for somebody that you have no initial physical or sexual attraction to. I hate to say it, but this is one thing that I think men excel at, because guys
giving ugly guys a chance. If you do not find a guy attractive, do not date him. Men do not sit in a circle like women do.
One of my biggest pieces of dating advice is to never go for somebody that you have no initial physical or sexual attraction to. I hate to say it, but this is one thing that I think men excel at, because guys will never go for a girl that they're not attracted to. Yeah, men will go home with girls at a bar that they're, not really interested in or attracted to, but it's just to get some. They're not actually pursuing her. But at least if something doesn't work out for a guy in his favor with a girl, it's never normally a girl that he's not attracted to. Whereas girls, on the other hand, we sit there crying about these straight up losers that we had to take weeks to convince ourselves that he was even attractive. Us girls literally refuse to show the guy that we're talking to's Instagram to our friends because we're so embarrassed that we like him. It's just funny to me because I'm like, we actually get played by such losers, and we are never even the ones initially attracted or interested in or pursuing them, but yet we are the ones getting played by them. And I'm not trying to be shallow. I'm not saying like you give a guy one look and like whatever you think of him for that first time you're seeing him is like how much you're attracted to him. But if you're willing to go on a date with a guy, after like 3 to 4 dates with him, really getting to know his personality, like if you're not a lot more attracted to him or a lot more interested in him, it's like, why are you even staying with him? I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, even all the guys that I was just like hooking up with in college, not a single one of them I was really attracted to. I just like their personality, and most of them were just really nice and like pursuing me a lot at first, so I gave them a chance, but like I was never interested in any of them or attracted to any of them. Like I can name maybe 3 guys that like I genuinely was like pretty attracted to and like wanted to talk to them. It wasn't like a whole like, oh, they were just being so nice to me, I gave him a chance. It's like, no, like he showed interest in me and I was like excited because I was really attracted to him and I liked his personality. Like I'd much rather be crying about a boy that I really liked and was really attracted to and just like wasn't a piece of shit than crying about some loser that somehow made me fall in love with him even though I have no sexual or physical attraction to. I don't want to sound shallow in saying this, but seriously, like, stop giving ugly guys a chance. 9 times out of 10, that guy is just trying to hit. Like, he's gonna be so overly nice to you so that you even just like consider giving him a chance, and then as soon as you give him what he wants, he's not gonna stay with you. I need to hype the men up, but seriously, like, think like a man. Like, is a guy ever gonna ask a girl on a date that he thinks is unattractive? Hell no. Like, guys will do a lot to sleep with you, like I'm saying, but like, a guy is really never gonna pursue a girl that he's not attracted to. So why should we? You don't owe anybody anything. Why should you feel the need to give the ugly guy a chance just because he's nice? Because he probably isn't.
Ah, the honesty is refreshing. But it also confirms everything men have been saying for years. Let me translate. Don't give ugly guys a chance. They'll just use you. So, nice guys finish last, even when they're just being respectful. Got it. And you're surprised when they stop playing the game. You admit you were never really attracted to the guys you gave chances to. You say most of them were nice, consistent, interested, but you weren't into them. Instead, you ended up crying over losers. You had to convince yourself were even attractive. You ignored the ones who genuinely cared, in favor of the ones who didn't. But here's the punchline. Think like a man, you say. Don't give someone a chance unless you're attracted to them. You mean exactly what men have been doing, and getting shamed for. When men say they only want to date women they're attracted to, they're called shallow. But when women say it, it's empowerment. When men stop pursuing because the system rewards bad behavior, they're told they're weak or insecure. But now women are saying the same thing, and calling it boundaries. Let's be clear. You didn't fall for the nice guy. You fell for the attention, for the validation, and when the thrill faded, you realized he never meant anything to you. Meanwhile, the guy who was just kind, who tried, is now blamed for your poor choices. So what happens? Men learn the game. They adapt. They stop chasing. They build. They walk away. And then you ask, where are all the good men? They were there. You just never looked twice, because they didn't come with chaos, games, or red flags disguised as confidence. Now they're gone, and they're not coming back.
Stop giving ugly guys a chance. If you do not find a guy attractive, do not date him. Men do not sit in a circle like women do when they are about to date someone and go, he's kind of cute. They don't go, she's kind of cute. Women do that. I don't know why we do that. And they were like, oh, he's got potential. Men do not sit in a circle and do that about women. They literally go, she's hot or she's not. And if they don't think you're hot, they're not going to date you. And it's really that simple. Because the thing is that if you date a guy and you go ahead and you're like, oh, okay, whatever, I'm just going to date him, he's kind of cute, whatever, I'm going to give him a chance. That is going to that starts the beginning phase of you letting other things slide. Because he does something stupid, you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to give him another chance. And then he does something else stupid again. And then he does something else stupid again. And then a year later, you're the one looking stupid. So girls, don't give the ugly guy a chance. Just don't, okay? Date someone that you find attractive, that makes you laugh, and makes you giggle, buys you flowers, and meets your standards, okay? Because a guy would never date an ugly girl.
Stop giving ugly guys a chance. Correction. Stop giving yourself the illusion of control. You say men don't sit around convincing themselves a woman has potential. Correct. Because men don't build attraction on hope, they build it on instinct. Meanwhile, you date out of pity, out of peer pressure, out of sheer emotional confusion. Then blame the fallout on him. You allowed mediocrity. Then resented it. You made exceptions. Then cried when the exception became the rule. You say giving an unattractive guy a chance sets the stage for letting everything slide. You're right. Because the moment you compromise on what you actually want, you train yourself to accept less. Men don't date women they're not attracted to. That's not cruelty. That's clarity. And that's why men win.
I'm so sorry, but no amount of money could make me hang out with an ugly dude. Like, I'm walking down the street in Miami. This is like the street in Brickell where you always see an ugly, ugly ass dude with the hottest girl on his arm. And I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, money's not that hard to make. It's not. You don't have to hang around ugly men if you want money. Also, what do you think is gonna happen as soon as you like get older? He's gonna get a new one. Like, it's not even like smart money. You're not. These girls always act like they're like cheat coding, like cheat code. Like, okay, you sacrificed your happiness for a handbag, for a piece of leather. That's probably fake, anyways. I don't know. It's just actually so insane to me. You actually could never pay me for that to be my lifestyle, because it's literally so much easier to just make it yourself, get your own self the handbag, and then you can date literally whoever you want.
Ah, yes. Another sermon from the Church of Superficiality. No amount of money could make me hang out with an ugly dude. And yet, somehow, every time she looks around, she sees women doing exactly that. Interesting. She says money isn't hard to make. Great, then why are you mad that other women are making it by leveraging what they've got? Because it's not about money. It's about control. You don't hate the players. You just hate that you're not the one getting played. Profitably. And let's not pretend this is about standards or self-worth. I'd never do that for a handbag, sure, until rent's due, until reality hits. Then suddenly that ugly dude looks a lot like a lifeline. Here's the truth. Men don't need to be attractive when they've got value. And women know it. They've always known it. That's why the guy with the ugly face and the six-figure income never seems to have an empty bed. So while you talk about making your own money and dating who you want, remember he already did. He made his money. And now he gets to choose. And guess what? He's not choosing you. If this message made sense to you, like the video. Subscribe for more unfiltered logic. Emotions fade. Algorithms don't. Let them know you're still thinking.